If it's bull or bear, I don't care. It's quite a rough ride, just like life. But I'm kinda patient, 'cause only time will tell. It's gonna go up, so you better stay calm. And crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Crow your coins, crow your coins. Crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Crow your coins, crow your coins. Crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins. Crow your coins, crow your coins. Crow your coins, you gotta crow your coins.
Oh, I'm live. I didn't even realize it. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm the Crypto Crow. I am going to go over some different things today. I'm going to make a list of everything that I am planning this week. Videos upcoming. So, you know, I've been super busy, but I am definitely working on a lot of different things. So, let me see here. Let me get this set up because I haven't done it yet. All right. Welcome everybody in chat. I don't have all my lights on. I've been kind of playing, so I have a little bit of a green hue around me, but that's okay. The beast is back. Ada will finish. Celsius is a must. So here's what I'm going to explain to you guys. I've got a series of videos that I'm going to be doing. I spoke with a guy today who he was in the cryptocurrency space like a while ago, and he was chasing candles. I mean, he was basically buying into the market, you know, when everything was peaking, and he didn't understand what was happening. A lot of us didn't. I mean, a lot of us understood the technology. We understood where things were going. We understood a lot more than most, but we didn't really, the majority of us didn't really understand kind of the 4-year cycle that's been going on, and that, you know, really the fundamentals, I would say the technological fundamentals of the space as all this was happening. So people that had history in the space prior to 2017, 2018, and were more familiar with the 4-year cycle, it was a lot easier for them to call tops. It was easier for them to call, you know, the bear market. It was easier for them to call new lows, so forth and so on, all the way down, and look like they were, you know, magic men. When in reality, it's just experience and time in. And because of that, you know, when I was talking to this gentleman today, I was talking to him at a dealership actually, and he was just kind of explaining his circumstance, and like, you know, that, you know, he's kind of out of college, and he's just he wants to learn. And so I pointed him to my channel, and I started thinking, okay, if I were brand new to the space, if I were brand new to crypto and I didn't really know much about it, I wanted to invest, but I didn't know where to put my money at all. What would I want to be told? What would I want to know? And depending on my, you know, depending on what I was looking at, or my risk assessment, you know, how much risk I wanted to take, what would I want to look into ultimately. And so I've got a series of videos that I'm going to be doing, starting with this one. And this one's obviously the top 5 safer coins. Okay, so today, this video is going to be basically, you know, the top 5 coins that I feel moving into 2020 are going to be safe places to get involved in the space, make some investments, knowing that it's more likely than not that they will rise with the space, that nothing's going to stop them. Now, their percentage of gain, however, will be challenged with my next video, which will be my top 5 speculation coins for 2020, which are going to be coins that I think are going to rise up. Pretty much everything after today's video are going to be coins that I go over that I think are going to rise faster than the coins I mentioned in the first video. There's more risk associated with them as we move forward through the week, but the gain potential, I feel, is going to be much stronger. And so, and then I've got another video that I've got planned out. It's basically, are you accredited? No, now is your chance. Okay, so that's another video. I'm going to do a video about exchange dividend tokens, whether or not they're worth it, what kind of performance we've seen from them over the past year and a half. I've got another one, top 5 masternode coins for 2020. And so I've got a pretty good week of videos. I'm hoping I get through it all and I'm able to crank them out. But that's kind of what I have planned. And so we'll see how things come about. I do have a pretty busy week ahead of me, so we'll see. Obviously, if we're looking at Bitcoin, same old shit, different day. I mean, it's up and down. I would love to have some, grand wisdom to provide based off of what's happening right now, but I really don't. I will say, this is something I'll tell you guys. There's 100 of you watching right now. I would highly encourage all of you to go to Netflix and watch The Game Changers, because basically what it's about, it's produced by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let me see if I can pull it up. The Game. While I have some of your limited attention, The Game Changers on Netflix. This was the most eye-opening documentary I've ever seen that has converted me, believe it or not, converted me into a vegetarian. And I never thought those words would ever come out of my mouth. I mean, honestly, at some point, I'll probably end up going full vegan. And this is, produced by James Cameron, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Jackie Chan, and directed by Oscar winner Louis. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. But this is basically about all of these different athletes who converted from being meat eaters into being like vegan or vegetarian, and all of the myths associated with eating meat, and or the opposite of that, all of the myths associated with living on like a plant-based diet. And it goes into the science of all of them, and it shows test results of a variety of different things. I have now not eaten any meat since we watched this, which was Friday night, I think. Might have been Thursday night. I don't remember. Yesterday. I don't know if it can work this fast. I really don't. I don't know if it's a coincidence or what. But yesterday, so I have been so beat down. Like, I can't even stress to you guys how much I've been beat down. Just emotionally and mentally. I've been war. Because of everything that I have going on, and just all of the fear, what if I make a mistake? What if something happens? What if just anything? Like, when you're doing everything I'm doing, in a space that's still so new, in a world that to me is controlled by people with so much more in resource than I do, and just, I don't know, there's just so much to it, but I've been just really, really emotional, just really tired. And with that has come, we are carnivores. You're wrong. But to my point, it's my mood has been really shit. My attitude has been shit. My ability to just feel any element of joy whatsoever has not existed for a while now. I'm just being very honest. And my wife has been supportive, and my wife understands. She knows what I'm doing. She knows where my head is. And she just, my wife is just really trying. My wife really sucks it up. Like, as I snap, sometimes I say things. I have just not been myself. I have not been happy, and I have just generally just sucked. And yesterday, Now, like 3 days or so after I just stopped eating meat altogether. And again, this could be coincidence, I don't know yet. But yesterday, I had the first day where I felt human again. We watched this documentary, and immediately I felt like I had so many questions answered. And immediately I just stopped eating meat altogether. And I don't know how that's affected my hormones, but I feel like I naturally have more energy. I feel a little happier. Like I feel just different. All I'm gonna say, because I don't want to get all emotional in this video. It's not at all. This isn't even. I didn't even plan on talking about this yet. Go watch this. I know what you guys have to say. All of you guys out there that love your steak and you love your burgers and I love the shit too, man. I really do. But I highly encourage Rusty. If you're out there, I'm gonna make you watch this shit. Watch The Game Changers on Netflix. It is the most eye-opening documentary I've ever seen. And I've watched a lot of documentaries. And it will convince you. A lot of you guys, we're carnivores. No, we're not. We're not even designed to be carnivores, people. And this goes into all of that. There's a guy, the strongest man in the world, lives on an all-plant diet. And he said something that really resonated with me. He's like, because everybody would say, "Oh, how do you build so much muscle and mass and this and that just on all plants?" He's like, you're built like an ox. You can't be built like an ox and just eat plants. He's like, when have you ever seen an ox eat meat? And it's the truth. It's like, just watch it. I'm telling you, it could very well change your life. I'm committed to it. I just went to Moe's today. I'm trying all this different vegetarian stuff. The idea for me was like, oh, I love steak so much. And what am I going to do? Like, I love my meat. I crave it. And I have like this iron thing where I need iron. I need all these things that red meat provides. Well, you know what? There's a bean for that. There's a plant for that. It all exists in plants. So go watch The Game Changers on Netflix. Reserve judgment until the end and tell me that this doesn't change your life. And I'm sharing this with you because I know how much it's already changing me, my mindset. I'm going to be losing weight. Oh, and another thing, the freaking Impossible Whopper at Burger King, my wife and I went and tried it. Great. Like, we both ate one. We didn't get mayonnaise on it, but we both went and we got one. And it was great. You don't feel guilty after eating it. You don't feel ashamed like you just ate a pound of shit. I mean, it was great. I was shocked. I was like, wow, I can't believe this. Like, the commercials that they do for those things, those are probably legit, because that was our response and our reaction too. So just try it. I'm telling you guys, I'm 41. I'm going to be 42. I'm going to be 42 coming up real soon. And the older I get, the more issues you have. And I realize that I've been living, not super unhealthy, but definitely not healthy. I mean, I don't even eat that much, but when I do, it's not that great. So anyway, moving forward, I feel like we've had enough people kind of tune in live. We're, got 55 more people than we did when I started this little vegetarian thing. I'll probably do a video where I just talk all about like plant-based diet and things, because I'm still learning about it. That documentary, though, I'm telling you, you guys got to watch it. So anyway, today's video, I know a lot of people are curious about what these top 5 safe coins are. And again, I want you to keep in mind, these picks aren't necessarily for those of you who are more into taking risks. But there are, and it's probably not even going to surprise you. And you're probably going to think, oh, Crow got lazy. Look at this top 5 pick. This is stupid. Again, I want to reiterate, I have a series of videos, and I'm going to be going deeper into the more risky projects as I move forward in this kind of series. The idea is to end up with 15 to 20 coins to flesh out a well-rounded portfolio for newcomers. And a lot of us, including myself, used to complain about the idea that only accredited investors were able to get into a lot of these projects at ICO. And how, you know, we talk and we would complain and we would say, oh my gosh, we can't get into this, we can't get into that unless you're accredited, unless you're already rich, and so forth and so on. You can. And of all the projects that I've seen, many of them are cheaper now than they were at ICO. So not only do you have an opportunity to get in as a non-accredited investor through exchange trading, but you can get in even cheaper than you would have been able to get in at ICO. The question is, which of these projects deserve it? Just being able to get into something because it's dirt cheap doesn't mean it's going to help you in the future. The idea is, which of these projects actually deserve that? I consider it recognition, because once a project has hit exchanges, what helps the project is the increased trade volume against the supply and demand of the project. So, you know, if volume trading goes to the exchanges for a project, the way it helps a project is by increasing the price of its coin, because chances are the team for that project still has a lot of their own coin, and it gives them the opportunity to liquidate some of those for additional working capital in the future. So it's kind of a vote of confidence. I consider exchange trading a bit of a vote of confidence for people or for these projects. Now, but this list isn't going to surprise you and it's not going to shock you, but I assure you the videos that come, make sure you hit that notification bell if you haven't subscribed already. Now, and I know I could pace them out and on all this, but basically, these are the top 5 safest projects I see moving into 2020. You've got Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Stellar. And you're going to say, wow, that's lazy. Wow, Crow. Oh, you picked some of the top 5 projects on CoinMarketCap. Yes, I did. But they're there for a reason. And if you look at this, so let's start with Ethereum. I believe, and some of you are going to be like, how is Cardano not on there? That's because it's going to be in my next list. I can already see it. No Cardano, no Cardano. Look, it's not, here's the thing. I believe in Cardano very, very, very firmly. However, it's missed its mark for 2019. Proof of stake, smart contracts, all that stuff, that's coming in the first quarter of 2020. And because of that, because it's not live now, I consider that is going to be one of my top 5 speculative coins. Because in order for, to me, when I think of safe bets, when I think of a safe investment outside of Bitcoin, which we all know Bitcoin is a safe, to me, it's one of the safest investments in crypto. It's a store of value for a reason. I think Cardano is going to give Ethereum a run for its money in 2020. I do believe that. I believe that, you know, when we saw Ethereum rise up to its original all-time high of 1431, okay, I mean, right now it's $173. In the next bull run, in the next big rally, whether that's pre-halving, post-halving, or a combination of both, I believe Ethereum's going to rise. But I also believe that there's a lot of new third-generation technology that's coming, that's perfecting itself, that's going to address a lot of the issues in Ethereum, that's going to keep Ethereum down in value. Now, the question, though, is, and here's the thing, a lot of these projects have history. Like, this is change in USD since 2016. Ethereum is up 756% since 2016. Litecoin is up 12.5% since 2016, down 86%, almost 87% since 2018, okay? Now, here's the thing. When I'm thinking about these projects from an investment perspective, XRP, I mean, come on, it's down 84%, but its break-even multiple to its original all-time high is 13.2. So basically, when this 29 cent, let's call it a 30-cent token, reaches its original all-time high of $3.84, that's going to be basically a 13x return. And when I look at this and I think, okay, that to me looks safe. Why does it look safe? Because Ripple or XRP has one of the longest histories in the cryptocurrency market, just like Bitcoin Cash. And you know what? I've been really hard on Roger Ver for the longest time because I've only seen him be what I would consider a bit shady. I don't agree with the way the marketing for Bitcoin Cash has been. I feel like, look, you got the bitcoin.com domain or whatever, cool, but to use it to promote something that's not the original Bitcoin and to dupe newcomers into believing it's something it's not, that to me is just not good business. But I tell you what, I've watched different interviews with Roger Ver. I really want to talk to this guy. Like, I want to talk to him in a very real sense, like on a real level. Because I have a genuine interest in this guy's philosophy and just who he is. Because I've seen some things that, to me, a bit shady, LOL, a lot shady, and a scammer. Dude, are you okay today? Look, there's probably a lot that I still don't know. I don't necessarily know. I'm not going to call Roger Ver a scammer. The term scammer is thrown around so loosely in cryptocurrency, it's gotten to the point where it means nothing anymore. Calling somebody a scammer in cryptocurrency to me is almost like just saying that guy's an asshole, right? And we've diluted the term scammer so much. Like, I don't know what Roger Ver has done to scam anybody. Is he misleading people to a degree based off of the marketing to try and make people believe that Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin, that sort of thing? Yeah. Is that a scam? I don't know. Maybe. I consider it just poor marketing, and just not really ethical. But I tell you what, I mean, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain, but there's something about Roger Ver that tells me he's not really as bad as we think he is. There are things about Roger Ver that lead me to believe that maybe there are some misunderstandings here. Maybe the way he has pushed Bitcoin Cash and the way he markets it, maybe there's something about it that the rest of us just don't get, and that's what gets him so frustrated at times. And you know what? I give a lot of people the benefit of the doubt. I am too trusting. Way too trusting. And I know this. I think I choose to believe that there is more good in people than there is bad. That sometimes people make wrong choices or make bad decisions, but it's not from a negative place, but from, I don't know. I choose not to believe that everybody is a piece of shit. If I believed that way, I don't think I could live in this world. I really don't think I could, because it's bad enough as it is. I'm constantly surprised by what I see some people being capable of. And it never really does cease to amaze me how some people can be so careless or be so, and this isn't even related to Roger Ver, this is just in general. And like, just some of the people that I've been exposed to since I got into the cryptocurrency space, the mentality of people. There are a lot of people who will shoot you in the face for nothing if they think they're going to make a buck off of you. And it's like, I just don't understand that mentality. But I don't think Roger Ver is one of them. I really don't. And the more I learn about him, the more I just kind of think the guy's a little bit more misunderstood. I could be wrong. I just don't know. But from moving forward, I reserve judgment on Roger. Like, until I've had the opportunity to meet with him and talk to him, I've seen enough about him that I feel like an argument can be made both ways. And because of that, I just Bitcoin Cash is what it is. I don't think Bitcoin Cash is going anywhere. I think Roger Ver is a very smart individual, and I think he has the resources to market and do what he needs to do to make sure the Bitcoin Cash is continued to use and continue to grow. It's $230. Bitcoin Cash is more expensive than Ethereum right now. It's the way it is. Its all-time high was $4,329. Right now, it's $230. Its break-even is 18x, almost 19x. So the question here is, when you're looking at these 5 coins, Stellar Lumens it's at 6 cents. Its all-time high wasn't even $1. It's at 0.93 cents. 93 cents, a 14.8x break-even multiple. So when I look at the history of these projects, where, look, I know that Ethereum has some strong competition coming in this next bull market, or in the next bull run, the bull rally, whatever the hell you want to call it. But I still think it's a pretty safe bet. I still think that investing into Ethereum is very likely, it's going to probably bode well for people. But when you're talking about an 8.3x return, when you've got stuff like Stellar Lumens that could generate a 14.8, this isn't even going into the more riskier assets yet. This isn't even going into, like, some of these assets, I see us getting a 30x return in the next the next bull rally over these. But I do believe that these are more of a safer bet. And that's it. I mean, that's really all there is to it. I'm out. This guy got money from Roger. You're a moron if you think that. I've never even talked to Roger Ver, so save your bullshit. He's worth 400 million, not stupid. Yeah, there you go. No, Roger Ver has never given me a dime for anything. I've even tried to set up interviews with Roger Ver, and he's ignored me. I've even had other people reach out. I had Crypto Beatles, who knows him, try to reach out to see if he'd be willing to talk to me. Just crickets, nothing. So if you think Roger Ver's paid me anything to say any of this shit, look, I call it how I see it, folks. I'm not one of these guys that's going to run over the internet and just shit on people because the rest of the people want to shit on someone. I'm not a group thinker. I think for myself. If you don't like it, get the fuck out of here. It doesn't bother me one bit. I keep it as real as I can. And it bothers me when I see people running around the internet, just blasting people without ever even thinking about the details, without ever considering who this person is or what they're really about. Like people used to blast Superman all the time, and I would defend them. And it's like, I don't have a problem defending somebody that I believe is true, or that I believe is right, or that I believe is being just, shit on for the sake of you're a loser on the internet and you're just looking for somebody to shit on that you think is an easy target. And I see that kind of shit all the time. People that have a negative disposition overall like to try and pick people out of the crowd that they think people will support them in shitting on. It's like Roger Ver has become this kind of villainous creature, this infamous character in crypto, that it's okay for everybody to shit all over him. And I disagree, because here's the thing that you guys don't seem to understand, that when you run around the internet, or life in general, just casting shade everywhere you go, what happens when you've cast enough shade around you? You're caught in a dark cloud of your own. And that's why I choose not to live my life with that train of thought. I like progression. I like the lighter side of things. I like trying to create an atmosphere that myself and my family can thrive in. I'm not trying to run around casting shade on everybody for no reason at all, or just because I think somehow it gets me some internet popularity. You're fucking anonymous. Nobody even knows who the hell you are. You serve no value whatsoever with all of that negative bullshit. It doesn't help you or anybody else. A lot of you guys out there that are just nasty for no reason other than to be nasty, I'm telling you, you're going to pay a price for that someday. I promise you, you will. I truly respect that about you, Crow. Well, I appreciate it. I just, in any case, when it comes to Litecoin, I have not been completely blown away by Litecoin, to be quite frank with you. I know that they're trying to do things in the name of mass adoption, and I believe that they will continue to do some things. I believe that because of its price, a lot of newcomers are probably going to end up buying into Litecoin. They're going to say, Litecoin is kind of like Bitcoin, right? And it's only $54, and it used to be $375. So that sounds like a good investment. And that this is where the money, and this is the thing too, when you have newcomers that enter the space with a limited supply of money, they're going to look at what's happening in the top of the market. They're going to, these are the top 5, or these aren't the top 5. Stellar's like, I don't remember what it is. It's like 14 down or something like that. 10th. Okay, so it's basically within the top 10. And so, look, that's cool. But you're talking about, when you talk about active addresses, 310,000, XRP 5,305, which that to me seems really low. I mean, considering just how large the Ripple community is overall, I'm surprised to see that the number of active addresses is only just over 5,000. Bitcoin Cash has almost 31,000 active addresses. You can't argue with that. Litecoin, 51,000. Stellar Lumen, 64,000 active addresses. And on top of that, look at the transactions. These are the number of transactions on each of these over the past 24 hours alone. If you try to compare these numbers to a lot of these other altcoin projects that are out there, the numbers are drastically different. So overall, that's all I have to say. These are, like, if I were a brand new investor and I wanted to get into the crypto space right now, and I wanted to average into some positions in the altcoin markets that I think are going to do pretty decent in the next year, 2 years, whatever, while I'm learning and educating myself about the rest of the space to start really handpicking some outlier projects, some more what I consider more speculative or risky projects, this is probably what I'd be averaging into on top of Bitcoin. And that's that. I'm going to leave it there, folks. 31 minutes. I can't believe I got a little worked up today. I really can't. This is supposed to be a quick and easy video. Why can't everybody just get along? Why do people just have to be little assholes for no reason at all? I had a rough childhood too. There's no excuse for being a little asshole. Like, it doesn't matter where you came up. Roger might have some good points, but he constantly ridicules himself the way he represents himself. When that's done on the net, everyone sees and judges. That's all I think. Klaus, Cardano's not in here because it's going to be in probably tomorrow's video in my top 5 more speculative coins. Again, you came in late, but Cardano's still my number 1. But again, I'm not thinking about what is my personal number 1 or what is my personal top 5 of whatever. This is from a perspective of a brand new investor that knows absolutely nothing. What is their safest play based off of what's happened to date? And I like I say, I call it how I see it, and this is how I see it. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. You don't want to invest just because I think this is the way to go. I've been wrong. I will continue to be wrong, just like everyone else on the planet Earth, no matter who the hell they are, whether they're licensed or not, of which I am not licensed for any of this. So I'm just speaking out opinions. Do your own research, enjoy the ride, learn all you can, get involved as deeply as you can in the cryptocurrency space while you still have the opportunity to do so, because once the market really starts to kick off and turn around and we start seeing a significant uptrend, it's going to be much, much more difficult for you to get your foot in the door. And I don't mean just from an investment perspective, but if you're looking to get into the industry, if you're looking to get, like I've got Crow Mining, I've got, Crow's Nest X, this isn't even about promoting those things really. I've got all this stuff in play and, it's been difficult. And I know that if I were to start this a year from now, it would probably almost be impossible. So, get involved in the space as best you can, enjoy the ride, and keep your nose clean. Don't do anything shady, and just try to do your best. And I'll leave it at that for now. Crow your coins. I'm out.